Welcome. Thank you for tuning NeptuneKnives. So, you guys can see there's something different about this video, right? Basically, my old computer took a crap, and I hated it. It was my fourth PC, and every dang time Microsoft Windows, those are intrusive. They always are doing automatic updates. Everything's is slowing me down. There was the SVC host, trust installer programs, blocking me from deleting them and deactivating them so they wouldn't slow my computer down. And I just thought, man, it's my computer. How is it possible that I can't, I don't have full control over it? And and then there was always those unknown publishers trying to say that an update is necessary. Heard the Apple computers in my previous work, it was a lot of design and stuff. Everyone was always using Apples and never had any problems, so opted to get one of those. But man, it's very expensive, and I wanted you guys to know that both this and now this camera, because this Apple doesn't take a small CD, because we were using Mel's old camcorder that actually still used recordable CDs. Me and Mel, we normally we're trying to be modest, live very frugal, very down to earth. Like if there's a disaster and the power's out, we're not going to throw away the meat. We're going to turn it into jerky. If my dog needs a bed, we're gonna take scraps and sew it together. It builds character to have to use the resources you have, save the peanut butter jar and use that jar for something, than to be wasteful. It's an educational thing. It's sort of like helps you appreciate the effort it takes. And same thing with knife rights. It's like you can't be fully reliant on everybody else. You have to kind of realize that for me, I understand that the knife is something that has been with society since the beginning, and now that we've advanced, for most of our human time, a cutting tool is been an essential thing, and it's just that logic of like escalation. If later on, you have New York, for example, other people, the bad guys, are going to feel more empowered because they're willing to break the law and you're not, and they're going to think, oh well, heck, you can't even carry any kind of knife, or whatever, a little small knife. They're going to carry a bigger knife, and they're going to feel more, willing to cause problems. So I think, in the end, it's one of those self-reliance things. I'm not saying these tests are something you should do. What it is, I always feel you should always prepare for the unexpected. Like if in the event something were to occur and you thought to yourself, well, heck, I'll try this, and then you realize, oh crap, I shouldn't have done that. You knew those limits beforehand because hopefully I did some form of destructive test to see that. Like a baton with a folder, there are folders I have, like the Hinder and stuff, that you can baton all day long, it doesn't matter, but you can't baton perhaps with other certain knives, and so it's kind of like, it's an important thing to know. Finally, now I can show you some of the knives. I realized after the fact that everyone keeps asking me about, what's it called, the Trizula Strider prototype, and what it will look like. And then I realized, heck, I took pictures at the USN show, and I had to get backups, and I had to go through my emails and my cell phone to find the pictures. I take the pictures on my cell phone for the website. I found some images. So if you go to my website right now, there are pictures of the prototype for you to see. And bear in mind that is just a prototype, and there is no locking mechanism on that. I guess this is poor lighting, huh? But you can see there's this one. So I like this one. This one's nice. It's sold. This says sold on my website because I kept it. The only problem with this one, this camera is this camcorder is waterproof, so that'll be fun. But it isn't very good at focusing. But for people who own striders, one thing to consider, I already mentioned this, that if you are worried about your lock bar wearing out, the trick is to put some graphite, some pencil lead. Derwent Graphic 2B, and probably can't focus this. Like I said, this thing doesn't. There we go. And these, graphite is pencil lead is graphite. And what you do is you put a little bit like on the back of the blade tang. Like, let's see if we can see it in there. And now I just gotta figure out my lighting, right? And it'll basically, graphite itself isn't lubricating. Graphite is very microscopic in structure, and it can pick up everything around it, so air, water, grease, and inside of its own, inside in between all the graphite particles. And so what it does is it basically creates a super lubricating surface, and it can help preserve your lock bar that way, and basically take a strider that sticks, like these are brand new, and make them silent and smooth right off the bat. And so this way you're not grinding that lock bar to break it in. So if you are a strider fan, you own a strider, never keep breaking in, hearing that grinding and doing that. You should never do that. You just put a little bit of graphite. Titanium is non-corrosive. The only way graphite can corrode something is that, see, graphite is, because it can pick up things, it can pick up water perhaps, and then create a current with all that motion between two different steels. And depending on, different steels have different, I guess you could say, electrical charges. And so magnetic charges, so like correct me on that, but the point is it can pull atoms from one piece of metal to the other and then galvanize it and corrode it, basically like make it break down. But titanium can't, and phosphor bronze are very non-corrosive, and that's what the washers. So like I said, and plus even if this was the aluminum handle strider right here, aluminum does not hold up to graphite. I have videos on this if you just go look on the whole idea of graphite. But I mean, if you're putting it right here and this aluminum is coated, it's fine. I mean, and the chance of the graphite from here going on to this area, and it would have to be an exposed area, and it'd have to be an exposed area of aluminum that came into contact with another piece of metal. So in reality, any of your S30s and stuff, you can apply just a little bit of graphite right there like that. Let's see if you can see. And it'll preserve your lock bar, no problem. Let's see. I don't know if it'll ever focus, but regardless, that is an idea. Here is the aluminum SMF. So here's what it actually looks like. You can see what I'm talking about now, about how ridiculously tank-like it looks. You see, here's a normal SMF SNG. Here's an SMF in aluminum. This is full flat ground. This is a 3/4. Well, this is a Saber. I call it Scandi now, but you can see it's a really cool knife. So that's a little trick on how to preserve your strider. Don't ever just go about breaking in. That's kind of like the archaic way. Here's my strider. I thought, heck, I'd just show can a Saber ground strider, even this Tonto, would be sharp. Let's see if I can get this on camera here. This is magazine paper, and this stuff always just tears really easy. So it's kind of nice. So here's me cutting through it. Okay. And now there is a microchip. You probably won't see it. I can't get it. Like I said, I'm doing this as a test vid to see if I can capture more of all the little details now. There's a little chip right here on the blade, so it keeps catching at it. You can see it. Watch. Right there. See? And but regardless, even if so, let's see. See, it keeps catching right there, and then so regardless though, let's see. Let's get past that. See? Sharp, right? This is with that. This first I used the Lansky to create the bevel, the angle, kind of get consistent. But those Lansky sharpening systems, those rod systems, can curve and mess up bellies. So, but I didn't really care so much. And so here's this Tonto. But I still did my method, what I told you guys. Falknivin DC3 ceramic stones. No stropping compound. Stropping compound would be great to help. I would boost this a lot. There's that. Here's my Chizula strider. I don't know if I can see. Well, here, finally now you can see the Chizula strider a little bit more. Let's see, in depth. Finally, I was at Best Buy and I was like, ooh, let's see how it looks in frame. So this is what it. More of a good view of what it looks like. There's some grease on the handle. You can see. This is a. Yeah, I'm still waiting on Mr. Thomas's knife, and I want to say this is really cool. Like the support is more than I ever honestly I just like knives. I just like the fact that they're durable. I don't know, like I said, how this all started, and how much of a knife nut I am now. The point is, I just normal guy, and for these custom knife makers and things like that to be providing me all this feedback and knowledge, and they're happy with my reviews and stuff. I really appreciate it. And some of them have asked me to look at their folders or test them and stuff, and I'm like, hell yeah. I mean, I heard of other reviewers who don't, And I tell you right off the bat, if I can get a folder and not have to pay for it, and then beat it up and see how good it is, and then let you guys know, that's great. That's great for everyone, though. It can save people money and perhaps save that company from making mistakes, and and help maybe even build a reputation. I mean, that'd be great. I don't mind. That's cool. Of course, I'm not going to say it's good if it's not good, and I think some companies are afraid of that right now, and I'm not going to mention those until I figure out exactly what their final word is on this. But here's the Trizula strider. I had to have, this is not the factory edge for sure, because it's at a different slope, and it's when I talk about convexing, steels that are like a little bit more soft, like CP154, you can like push down hard on the ceramic stone, and it'll roll the edge, just like VG10 and stuff. My CTS 20CP blade can do that too. So S30V is a little more resistant to that, and so in terms of like when I get to that video of convexing, this thing, I don't have to do anything weird to convex it. And you can see this is a slight convex on a hollow grind, which is very good combination. And I'll talk about that also, like which kind of blades, you can put convex on any blade. And I'm going to show a video also testing the convex compared to V. But then also the main thing is, what type of blades, when you put a convex, some concerns you may run into, some problems and some things. So that'll be exciting to do. Just thought it'd be fun to show some of my blades that I use. This thing's got use on it. If you can see, there's a scuff, a little scratch on the clip. I gotta figure out better lighting now, folks. I'm working on it. This is just the first time using this thing, but there's some scuffs. I don't know if you guys will catch it on camera, like just little reflective nicks, probably too minimal to see, I guess. But regardless, let's see. It sucks. I really want to enjoy using my knife, and I feel that people should do that too. It's something you can't take with you. It's like that having a pair of rollerblades that or a pair of shoes that you really like or whatever. You're never gonna wear them, and you can't take them with you when you die and stuff. And so, why do that? Just enjoy it while you're alive. Oh, okay. So, of course I do. For all the support too, contest entries, shout outs, just like I said, it's really awesome. Shoot, I have no other way to express my appreciation. I did not expect all that, and really we just, like I said, it's just all this came from was just from our goal, personal desire to be safe, and prepared. I think it's always important to prepare for the unexpected. Preparing ahead of time will, save you time later, and it'll also, if you allow yourself time, it'll teach you to relax and take your time. And, you'll never be frustrated because you're running late. You'll never be in a rush and drive extra fast and get in an accident. Learn to just kind of prepare for the unexpected. Allow yourself some room for error, for human error, for chance, for things to happen. Really here just to test a new camera, show off these knives, perhaps better lighting. Again, please, always, just be careful. See, here's my beat up one. Yeah, this is the one I've been using all the time, the Vimcrew steel. It's definitely got a couple of microchips that I guess I can't really show you too well, but they're there. I'll see if later I can figure out how to do that. So it definitely constantly catches, but it's still sharp. Let's see. This is a chisel ground with a tool steel. Let's see how it does. Yeah, sharp. Pretty darn sharp. Let's see. Right. There you go. You can see right there it catches. It's up in the front, the little chips, right around that curve. If I start back here, see, it starts to tear right around the curve area. There we go. I'm just wasting time here now cutting. So regardless, thank you.